And prior to filing his nominations, Guwahati East BJP candidate Siddhartha Bhattacharya spoke on a host of issues during an exclusive conversation with Northeast Live editor-in-chief Wasbir Hussain. Listen.
Hello and welcome to Northeast Live election special. I have with me Mr. Siddhartha Bhattacharya, senior BJP leader, minister, former party president and now the party's candidate for the East Guwahati Assembly seat. Mr. Siddhartha Bhattacharya, welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Siddhartha Bhattacharya, you see there is so much of a rhetoric going on. First of all, do you approve of this? And do you agree that real issues are getting drowned in this sort of rhetoric that political parties and leaders are indulging in? And of course, my question to you, what are the issues with which you are going to seek re-election from your voters in the prestigious East Guwahati seat?
So far as I am concerned, I am going to people with the list of projects which we have completed, which were started during the previous regime and which unfortunately could not be completed on time and which we have completed now. We will be going with a list of those works that we had completed. Then there are also certain works which we could not complete. We had progressed it up to 80%, 85%, and some portion of it remained incomplete because in 2020 we hardly could do any work because firstly because of the car agitation and subsequently due to the lockdown. So we are going to people saying that certain projects like the water supply project of JICA that had become a dead stock. The contractor had fled. So we had again revived it, not only revived it, we have developed it to a certain stage where we have completed 80% of that project and we intend to complete it in the next term. So we are going to people with our incomplete work for people to give us a mandate so that we can complete it and also initiate some more new projects for Guwahati.
You had been the president of the party. My question to you, Mr. Siddhartha Bhattacharya, how crucial are the first phase of the elections to the 47 seats? This is, we call it the heartland politics, you know, the 47 seats in Eastern Assam, the heart of the Brahmaputra Valley, because in 2016, your party and its alliance partners won around 35 of these 47 seats.
The first phase definitely has got a very important role to play. A large chunk of large chunk of seats, something around 47, are on the fray, and this time we intend to better our score compared to last year. This time maybe we will be getting something around 41, 42.
Top leaders of your party have been saying that Congress is not a factor, but Badruddin Ajmal is. Now, your opponents, your critics are saying that the BJP is trying to polarize the voters. How are you looking at this?
Politics in Assam has always been polarized, either on the basis of language or on ethnicity or now on religion. So we cannot say that we used to have a unipolar politics in Assam earlier. I mean, the whole movement, particularly the language movement, was based on language. Then subsequently ethnicity also came in. You remember during the freedom struggle, there were so many ethnic groups which were very dominant then. In Upper Assam, the Ahom Sabha, Ahom Mahasabha and other organizations were very dominant during pre-independence days. Similarly, now because of the dominance that slowly the migrants from Bangladesh have gained, there has been a polarization on the basis of because they belong to a particular religion. So slowly that polarization has turned to be religious. It's very unfortunate, but that's a hard reality of life.
You see, the anti-BJP forces, They are saying that you brought in the Citizenship Amendment Act, but you are not going to the voters seeking votes on this. You are not going to the voters saying that vote for us because you brought the CAA. This is how, I mean, the opposition wants an answer, an explanation to this. Why are you not seeking votes on CAA?
See, we have already achieved. We wanted to bring in the amendment to the Citizenship Act because we wanted to give justice, which Congress during pre-independence time had given promises to minorities who were left in in Pakistan or in other such countries. Then the very Congress leadership, including Pandit Nehru and other senior leaders of that time, they had promised that if these minorities face problems in that then Pakistan, then they will be welcomed to India with open arms and they will be given citizenship. But unfortunately, after independence, Congress leaders have totally forgotten their promises. Now, we have fulfilled the aspirations of those people who wanted or who wants to come to India. The number may be very minuscule, but we have kept our promises and we are happy about that. I mean, the moment the Central Citizenship Amendment Act has come into force, it is no longer an issue for us. Maybe it is an issue for others, but it's not an issue for us. It's a dead issue for us because we have fulfilled it.
The BJP undoubtedly, you see, Mr. Siddharth Bachcharjee has launched a campaign blitzkrieg in Assam this time, led by none other than the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He has come here several times. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has been here already several times, Party President Nadda, and tomorrow we are getting to know that all the NDA chief ministers are coming to campaign for the party. Now, again, your opponents are saying that you are worried because of the Mahajot, and that is the only reason why you are mobilizing star power to this level, to this extent rather.
Where does the question of bringing in leaders come? They are our leaders. We are going into poll as we are their party colleagues. They feel that it is their responsibility to come and help us the way we do in their cases. And we are not responsible that Congress doesn't have a credible face to show to the people of Assam. That's exactly why they have not been able to. We have so much of leaders who are really acceptable to Assamese people, to people of Assam. It's not our fault that Congress doesn't have any such face. They simply have one or two faces which are also not very acceptable to people of Assam. We have abundance of leaders and our leaders feel that, well, we are their colleagues. Now we are going into election. It is their bounden duty to come and stand by their party colleagues. So I feel that only shows how strong BJP is, how cohesive BJP is, and how BJP leaders do their duties to their party colleagues.
Your party leaders have been saying, or rather playing the pro-incumbency card, saying that your work profile, whatever you had done in the last 5 years, that is enough to ensure your return to power this time. Do you believe in this as well? Do you think this is going to happen?
I do. We have worked. We have results to show to people. So we will obviously go with those results. We will go with the agenda of development that we have been able to perform. Look at the number of bridges over Brahmaputra that we have started and we have completed. Look at the number of medical colleges we have started and are on the process of being completed. Look at the way we have developed the infrastructure. Look at the social welfare measures that we have taken for all sections of society. Why will we not go with what we have achieved to people and to tell people that, look, here is one party which has kept its promise, more than kept its promise. We have never given a false promise. Whatever we have said, we have kept it.
Mr. Siddharth Bachchaji, you have a young opponent this time in the form of Ms. Ashima Bordoloi of the Congress. Would you like to tell her anything? What would you like to tell her?
She is the daughter of Robin Bordoloi. I respect him a lot. Robinda is very close to me. In fact, he had joined BJP also, but now he is slightly not very well. I have all my best wishes to her, and definitely in politics, I will oppose her. The way she will oppose me.
Any party depends on a solid foundation. You had been the president of the BJP in Assam when there were very few elected representatives. My question to you, Mr. Siddharth Bachchaji, today there are several new parties in the fray like the Ahom Jatiyo Parishad and the Rise or Dol. What would you think? Do you think these parties would be able to make an impact? Do you think they have a foundation vis-a-vis your party, which has believed to be or supposed to be having a good organizational network?
Unless a political party has presence in the ground level, you cannot simply win elections on emotive issues. You cannot win elections without an organization. And every year, every time when assembly elections are held in Assam, one or the other party always emerges. You remember in 2016, a party called Liberal Democratic Party emerged with lots of hypes. Media was very agog with their intellectualism, their dynamism and so many other things. And then what happened? It went off without a single trace anywhere. Even its president, who was supposed to be the leading beacon of intellectualism in Assam, he got only 499 votes in East Guwahati itself.
Finally, you see, you yourself, Mr. Siddharth Bachchaji, you yourself come from an established political family. Don't tell me you are not an astrologer. What is your prediction? What is going to be the people's verdict on May the 2nd?
We are going to win. We are going to win with a better margin than last time.
Well, Mr. Siddharth Bachchaji, thank you very much indeed for speaking to me on Northeast Live. You are a busy man these days. Of course, you are stepping up your campaigns and wish you all the best.
Thank you.